All right. So, hey, Derek here again. And you might remember about a month ago, I visited my friend Oliver here in Berlin. And Oliver has now returned a favor and has come visit me here in London. Oliver, you have had some adventures. You're at a conference.
Yeah, I went to the Global Government Innovation Forum. That was fun. And then afterwards, I visited the Transform Gov Talk. So I made the most out of trying to hit all the public sector innovation spots in a couple of days.
So what were some of the key things that you heard or that you learned?
Various things. The Transform Gov, that one was about sort of how National Audit Offices, how they transform through history and how they're holding government accountable as part of a democratic function, which, if you invited someone to a history of the National Audit Office, not a lot of people would be like, oh, that's an interesting thing, I have to see that. But it was really interesting, and it is true that we have these functions to hold government to account. The other thing is, at the Global Government Innovation Forum, it's interesting to see how topics shift. How last year it was all digitalization and AI, but this year it was much more about innovation skills and rewiring government and missions. So you could clearly see that there was a new government in, with a new language, and innovation was also kind of painted in that language. But it does seem to mean different things to all sorts of people.
Well, I think one of the things that you said that really sort of stuck out for me was this idea that last year, when you attended, the talks were all about AI and the vendors were about different.
It was much more generic consultancies offering services for the public sector. This year, a lot of the vendors were tech and AI companies.
Well, it'll be interesting to see if next year, when you go back, if the vendors are now shifting their focus to being about missions and some of the stuff that was being talked about.
If there's a crossover possible, that you have tech that supports missions, because a lot of missions seem to be much more about the big picture and getting everybody sort of rallying under one flag, and I'm not quite sure how much that is a thing that can be digitalized.
What's the biggest thing that you're going to take back with you to Germany?
Well, actually, one that really stuck out to me was about visual storytelling, where someone had a very complex project about registration for votes, and they needed to get buy-in from the responsible people, and then they presented everything as a London Tube map. All the different tasks they were doing and the road blocks, well, the tram blocks more like, and how that really helped them to get it across. And it immediately got me thinking, yeah, visual storytelling and metaphors is a way we can communicate complex things. How could I use that to communicate some of the complicated things I'm working on? So I was immediately rifling through my brain for visual metaphors.
I like that. Well, thanks for coming and visiting me. Beautiful St. Albans, the cathedral in the background here. Looking forward to, I think now it's my turn to go back to visit you for the Creative Bureaucracy Festival in June. So I'll see you then.
Yes, see you there.